Hi everyone, this is Josie from First the Coffee Crochet. Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial we're going to go over how to make the Moss Delight scarf. This scarf uses the even moss stitch throughout the majority of this pattern. To do the even moss stitch you just need to know how to do the half double crochet and a slip stitch. It is worked lengthwise, so you're going to have a long chain across the bottom. It's about 64 inches long and it's about 7 inches wide, and both sides do have the same appearance. Now the ends of the scarf, I'm not a fringe person, so I don't put fringe on mine, but if you like to put fringe on your scarves, you can do so by just putting it at the ends here. To make this scarf, you're going to need about 435 yards of number 4 medium weight yarn. For this particular scarf, I used the Lion Brand Heartland yarn, and this color is Glacier Bay. So each skein of the Heartland yarn has 251 yards in it. So if you wanted to use this particular yarn, you would need 2 skeins to complete this scarf. And that will allow you enough left over to make it a little bigger if you would like to do so. Okay, you'll also need a 7mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, and scissors. And since you'll have a very long chain to start out with, stitch markers might be a good idea to use, especially if you're like me and you can guarantee you're going to be interrupted as soon as you start counting. There is a free written pattern for this scarf on my website, along with all the information about the materials needed to make this, and I will leave a link for that in the description down below. To start out, you want a foundation chain of 201 stitches. This will give you the length of 64 inches. Now if you would like to change the length of your scarf, you just need to change the number of foundation chains that you have. Just make sure it's an odd number. Also, if you'd like to make the width of the scarf different, you'll just change the number of rows of the even moss stitch that you're going to do. Now for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to do a small swatch. So I'm just going to chain 15. For row 1, you're just going to do a single crochet all the way across. So you're going to be starting in the second chain from your hook, and this one right here. You're just going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. Just continue to do that all the way across your foundation chain. Once you've completed row 1, just want to turn your work. And then you want to chain 1, and your initial chains do not count as a stitch. So for row 2, it's just half double crochets all the way across, starting in this first stitch. So you just yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. Just keep doing that in each stitch across row 2. Okay, once you're done with row 2, you'll just turn your work. And for row 3, you're going to want to chain 1. And again, this still doesn't count as an initial stitch. And this is where we're going to start doing the even moss stitch. So in this first stitch, you're going to want to do a half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, you're just going to do a slip stitch. And then do a half double crochet again, followed by a slip stitch. And you'll just keep doing this all the way across. 1 half double crochet and 1 slip stitch. And the last stitch of your row should be a slip stitch. At the end of row 3, last stitch is a slip stitch. And then turn your work. Chain 1, and you'll just be doing the same thing in this row, this first stitch, doing a half double crochet. And then in the next, doing a slip stitch. And then a half double crochet and a slip stitch. And you'll continue to do this for each row all the way up through row 27. Okay, once you're at the end of row 27, again, I'm doing a smaller swatch here. You're just going to want to turn your work. For row 28, you're going to be doing half double crochets again all the way across, starting in that first stitch. Okay, at the end of row 28, just turn your work around. For row 29, just chain 1, and starting in this first stitch, we're just going to do a single crochet, and we're going to continue to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Once you reach the end of this row, you can go ahead and fasten off and weave in your ends. Thanks for watching, and if you like these tutorials, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can be updated each time a new one comes out.